Hey friends, welcome back to the show. I'm Lee Ashby Rogers, and today we're talking about something I am deeply passionate about. So if you follow me, you probably already know. Rebranding yourself, especially after 40. Because let's be honest, let's really be honest. By the time we hit 40, we've lived a few lives. We've been moms, we've been wives, we've been employees, possibly an entrepreneur, caretakers, bosses, sometimes all at once. But what happens when those titles stop fitting the woman you're becoming? This episode is for every woman who has felt the nudge to start again. And, you may want to shift careers or change directions or rediscover your voice or simply just show up differently, leverage what you already have, lean into your strengths, and live and show up and just have a completely different story, or just own the story that you already have. So this episode is going to really dig in there. So if you've been thinking, is it too late for me to pivot? This one's for you. So, spoiler alert, it's not too late. It's right on time. So let's go ahead and dig in. So what are the things that are important to know if you're a woman over 50 and you want to start again? The first thing I'm going to share, the very first point, is that rebranding isn't just for business, it's for people. Rebranding is about redefining how the world sees you, especially after you've redefined yourself. So it really became, I always say personal branding is an inside job. And if you have not read my book, Out of the Shadows and Into Your Light, it is definitely in there. So personal branding is an inside job. So you really have to make sure you are doing the work internally and redefining yourself. It's about alignment and making your outer expression match the inner evolution. At 40 and beyond, we often carry experiences, wisdom, and stories that deserve a new stage. But the world doesn't always update its perception of us automatically. That's why consistency is always the key. And we have to help them do that. We have to help the world know and see the new stage. So maybe you've changed careers. Maybe your kids have grown and they've gone off to college. Maybe you've healed from something hard, a divorce, a hard breakup, death of parents or a parent, and you're just rediscovering your confidence. Whatever your why is, it's okay to rewrite your narrative because you are not the woman you were 10 years ago. And who wants to be, right? Who wants to be the woman that they were 10 years ago? And that's something to celebrate and not to hide. So rebranding, honestly, should be something that we seek to do really every 10 years, reevaluate and decide what needs to be changed. All right, so let's think about some of the myths that come up with rebranding. Are you ready for the myths that come up with rebranding, especially if you're over 40 years old? So here are a few. Myth 1, as I mentioned, it's too late. No, it's not. Let's get that clear. I don't care how old you are. No, it's not. I was just talking to a close friend of mine the other day who's 60 and she is going full in with her business. And I'm like applauding her and cheering her on because even at 60, it's never too late. You just never know. So there's no expiration date on purpose or potential. Some of the most powerful seasons of success happen in your 40s, 50s, and 60s because now you have clarity, you have wisdom, you have discernment, you have resilience. So it's not too late. Myth number 2, I have to start over. No, you do not have to start over. Rebranding is not starting over. It's starting again with more wisdom. You're not erasing your past. You don't have to start a whole new Instagram or Facebook page or LinkedIn page. It's not erasing your past, it's integrating it into something more powerful. So, your wisdom, your past, your history, your experience means something. We're just going to lean into that and we're going to make it work for us and not against us. And the third myth I want to talk about today is that people won't take you seriously. A lot of people don't lean into their rebrand because they don't think anyone is actually watching or will take them seriously. But actually, people trust credibility and the other very important C word, consistency. And let this stage do its work, right? You do the consistency, you do the work, you put on the credibility, do all the things to build that, and you will see the magic happen. Honestly, consistency and credibility are everything. The key is to own your evolution with confidence and clear messaging. That's one of the things that messes up a rebrand, is that the messaging is sometimes complicated and all over the place and people don't know what to think or believe. So we're going to address that too. You got to keep following me. By the way, if you have not downloaded, liked, however you're listening to this, if you are not following me, please take a moment, stop and follow me, and make sure you tune in for other things I'm going to talk about around rebranding and messaging so that you can live and shine your best life. All right, back to the topic at hand. So let's talk about what rebranding actually looks like. I think sometimes people have a misconception, especially if we're watching things on social media, and we think a rebrand is a great new makeup routine or morning ritual or working out, or worse, a nice photo shoot. So it's none of those things. Spoiler alert. So, but I mean, there are elements of it. So let's talk about rebranding can mean many things. Number one, changing your visual appearance. Yes, your visual presence, that is part of it, a part of it. I won't say a small part of it, but it is a part of it. Your style, the website, if you have a website, photos that you use, or just how you show up online. I always tell people and ask, what does your digital presence look like? Have you Googled yourself? What story is it telling? What is showing up? Because we may have to add more to that so we can change the perception and the story that it's telling, your digital footprint. Number two is rebranding is shifting your messaging, the way you introduce yourself, what you post, how you describe your work. How do you describe it? How do you use and leverage all of your history, your wisdom, your experience, your resilience, and tell a better story? So, shifting your messaging. Number three, it is refining your voice, what you stand for, who you serve, and how you serve them. By this time, over 40, we are more in tune with who our people are. Who's our tribe? Who are the people that lean into us and we lean into them? So really start thinking about that if you're thinking about a rebrand. And the fourth thing is realigning your relationships, surrounding yourself with people who see women, that see the woman you are becoming. Okay. You want people to support that, to feed into that, to cheer you on. And life is too short to have people around you who are critiquing everything that you do, who don't see the vision. Life is already hard. So let's make sure we're surrounding ourselves with people who help us to see the best of ourselves and help us with the rebrand. All right. So at the heart of it, rebranding is about giving yourself permission to evolve publicly. Oof, that's really scary. Rebranding is about giving yourself permission to evolve publicly. You've been evolving privately for years. You've been growing and evolving privately already, learning, growing, healing, undoubtedly. And now it's time to let the world catch up. So think of it like that. Maybe it's finally Yes, launching the business idea. Maybe it's updating your LinkedIn profile to match what you've become. Maybe it's showing up on video, on YouTube, on TikTok, wherever you land, and sharing your wisdom. Whatever it is, your rebrand is your rebirth. All right. So, what are the steps to a rebrand specifically after 40? So, here are some practical takeaways for rebranding specifically after 40. Number one, as I mentioned, auditing your brand, whether it's your digital footprint or just overall how you're showing up, is super important. So, look at how you're showing up online and ask, does this still represent me? Some things may need to be deleted or edited because that's who you were, but that's not who you are right now, and definitely not where you want to go. So, audit your brand. Number two, clarify your story. Write down who you are now and what you've learned and what you stand for. All right. Update your presence. New headshots, updated bios, refreshed content. Small changes make a big statement. So even though I say photo shoots are not a rebrand, they alert people and tell people that there's something else going on. So don't be afraid to get a new headshot, update your bio on LinkedIn. Just take a look at your content, what you're sharing, and make sure it aligns with the brand that you want to use moving forward. Number four, the hardest sometimes for people, is to be visible. Don't hide. Visibility is not vanity. A lot of times people in our age group and beyond, we think being visible and being out there is being selfish and pretentious and all of those things. Visibility is not vanity. It's stewardship of your story. Visibility also equals opportunity. So think about when you're not visible, you may be missing out on opportunities, and you are not leveraging and leaning into your story. So visibility is fine. You can decide on how much visibility you want. And number five is build community. Your people, your tribe, that's important. Surround yourself with women who are evolving. You don't have to do this alone. There are so many women rebranding and rewriting their story. Be around those people. All right. So finally, you are allowed to change. I want you to really know that, own that, lean into that. You are allowed to change. Number two, you are allowed to grow, even at over 60. Yes, there's still growth left. And it's okay to talk about that, share that, and make that part of your rebrand. And you are allowed to want more, even now. Yes, you can want more. And there's more to be had. So make that part of the mindset shift that you have as you lean into and grow into your new brand. So your dreams don't expire. They just matured, right? So whatever it is you've been sitting on, the business idea, the brand refresh, the book, the new direction, the new career, going back to school, like there's all kinds of things. This is your sign. Start now, because it's never too late. Because again, the world needs to know you. You need to reintroduce yourself to the world. Okay, so thank you so much for listening for this short time. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love for you to share it with another woman who's in that in-between season, the one who needs a reminder that she's not behind, she's just becoming. So make sure you follow me on all social media platforms, here on YouTube. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, all the things. Lee Ashby Rogers, and someplace I'm Shine with Lee. Hey, because I believe everybody deserves to shine. So make sure you follow me. And until next time, keep showing up. You've got to show up. You got to be visible. Keep shining, because Shining is a necessity. And remember, your next chapter is waiting on you to say yes. All right, have a good one and leave a comment below if you enjoyed this episode. Thank you.